We derive energy for all our physical activities from the food we consume. This energy is obtained because of our digestive system. The process of digestion begins when we put a morsel of food in our mouth. We use our teeth to cut, break and chew morsels of food. Saliva helps to soften the food and contains an enzyme that aids digestion. The softened food is rolled into a ball called the bolus and is pushed by the tongue into the throat. The food is pushed to the back of the pharynx and travels down a pipe known as the esophagus. During this time, a flap known as the epiglottis covers the opening of the windpipe and prevents the food from entering the trachea. Movement of the food occurs due to a wave-like contraction known as peristalsis. When the food reaches the entrance of the stomach, a sphincter known as the lower esophageal sphincter relaxes and the food enters the stomach. The stomach contains gastric juices that breaks the food into smaller particles or molecules. The hydrochloric acid present in the stomach converts the food into chyme. This chyme now passes into the small intestine. This chyme exits the stomach through the pyloric sphincter and enters a part of the small intestine known as the duodenum. The bile duct from the liver and gallbladder and the pancreatic duct from the pancreas releases this secretion into the duodenum. The bile helps in breaking down fats and the pancreatic juice breaks down other food particles. This aids in the further digestion of food. Most of the nutrients from the food are absorbed in the small intestine. This occurs in a part of the small intestine known as the jejunum. The food particles are further broken down inside the jejunum. The walls are lined with a finger-like projection known as villi that absorb the small food particles. Each villus contains a capillary and a lacteal. This allows the small intestine to absorb the required nutrients needed by our body. The nutrients are then transported to different parts of the body through the bloodstream. The larger food particles that cannot be absorbed move through the ileocecal valve and enter the large intestine or colon. The colon absorbs water, manufactures minerals and produces mucus. The undigested food gradually solidifies as it moves through the colon. This food is considered as waste formed into fecus. The waste or fecus moves into the last part of the large intestine known as the rectum. It is ultimately expelled from the anus through the defecation movement. As we can see, the process of digestion is a chemical breakdown of food into smaller particles that can be readily absorbed in the body. Without the digestive system, it would be impossible for the body to build and nourish cells.